Hello and Assalamualaikum. Let me start this presentation by asking a rhetorical question. Have you ever faced difficulties choosing and evaluating each insurance company's in purchasing decision to buy an insurance plan? If you did, stay tuned and hopefully by the end of this video, you will get the help you need. Basically, this video consists of two parts, introduction and system demonstration. So before I proceed to the system demo, I will explain in brief the background of the system. As stated by Bao, Ramlan, Muhammad and Yasin in 2018, insurance is one of the biggest and most important financial services in Malaysia and is seen as a growing industry with substantial progress and plays a socio-economic role in the economy. There are many insurance companies are operating in Malaysia where they offer a broad range of products and services tailored to the needs of Malaysians from all walks of life. A total of 44 companies have been listed as the licensed insurance companies and Takaful operators list. So this may lead to problems. The first problem is the customers may face difficulties choosing and evaluating each insurance companies in purchasing decision. Next, in the survey conducted, 86.4% of respondents expected to have good customer service. Nevertheless, many insurance companies overlook the importance of serving their customers well. Finding clients as insurance agents can also be challenging. The objective of this project are to design a web application system that can visualize and predict the best insurance company in Malaysia, to develop design system to Twitter sentiment analysis using the support vector machine algorithm, and to test the functionality and usability of the system. For the features of the system is a web-based application written in Python. The support vector machine algorithm classifier was chosen as the classifier model. The data is obtained from a post made on the Twitter social platform in bilingual languages. The targeted users are three of the biggest insurance companies in Malaysia, which are AIA, Great Eastern, and Prudential. The significance of this project are this system enables insurance companies service a policyholder better through customer service. This system facilitates a better understanding of customer sentiment about the company. This project will also allow the insurance company to gather competitive intelligence from several different perspectives. Compared to related studies in the literature review, the advantages of this project are that text classification with a machine learning algorithm is more accurate than human-made rule systems, particularly in complex classification tasks. Additionally, data visualization is capable of making the data more accessible and faster to be read by the insurer. This project incorporates bilingual language capability to classify Twitter data in the sentiment analyzer. As visualization techniques using Plotlist Python graphing library was used, this project offers enhanced data interactivity. Last but not least, this project enables great access to relevant business insights. The main reason behind the adoption of a modified waterfall model is that it allows for overlapping between phases, which can provide flexibility and stability that is highly needed for this project. The model is suitable for the nature of the system that has been developed since it is a small project where all the requirements are defined. The overlapping between phases will also improve productivity as several phases may be carried out at a time. Thus, the model is ideal for developing this system as the requirements of this project are well understood and have clear process. So, most of the requirements can be expected in the early phases. As mentioned before, this project's first objective is to design a web application system that can visualize and predict the best insurance company in Malaysia. The design process is added by creating design diagrams, including flowchart, use case, and user interface diagram. The flowchart here shows the flow of the system. Firstly, the user is asked to fill in their username and password to log in into the system. Once the system authenticates the details provided, the user is directed to the overview page where the user can access the brand talkable favorability (BTF) for all insurance companies and a summary of the results of the scrap tweets. If the user clicks the View AIA page, the AIA dashboard page is displayed with all the details including the BTF and visualized data. Similarly, once the user clicks on either Prudential or Great Eastern from the list, the user is directed to the Prudential or the Great Eastern dashboard page. These two pages' content were similar to the AIA page except for the respective company domain. Suppose the user chooses the sentiment analyzer page from the drop-down menu. In that case, the user can choose to perform text or real-time sentiment analysis on the page. If the user clicks on the View Twitter Updates page, the timeline of Twitter insurance updates is presented. Lastly, suppose the user clicks on the View Competitive Analysis. In that case, the analysis results are visualized and the user can view the comparison of sentiment between companies. A simple metric including classifier error rate and accuracy has been used to measure the model's performance. In the confusion matrix, the negative class is represented as 0, whereas the positive class is denoted as 2 and 4 represented the neutral class. The classifier has an accuracy of 90% for Malay model, which is used to classify real-world data. The functionality test is conducted based on the development of test case scenarios derived from program specifications with the list of functionalities tested as shown in the figure. All of the test cases were successfully tested. The usability tests were conducted individually with the users using TeamViewer, where users gain remote access to the applications because of the COVID-19 situation, which prevented in-person usability testing from being conducted. 30 users who have prior experience in purchasing insurance were selected to participate in the usability test and asked to complete some common tasks such as evaluating each system's feature. The users responded to the 10 questions aid at the end of the evaluation. The figure here shows the histogram of the SUS scores. The plotted histogram's vertical axis illustrates the frequency of users that answer the SUS, while the horizontal axis shows the percentage of the SUS score range. The plotted graph has a normal distribution with a range starting at 88% and followed by a new range for every increase of 2%. The highest frequency is 92% to 94%, of which 9 respondents fall into that range. So now, without further ado, I will proceed to the demonstration of the system. Directly after the system is running, the application will display a login page in which the user is required to insert their username and password. The user can log into the application and will be directed to the application's overview page if the username and password match to the existing credentials in the database. So this is the overview page. It is a highly interactive web-based visualization application where the user can interact with the visualization plotted. They have control over the visualization charts using the interactive controllers such as auto scale of the plot or zooming in or out, pan and reset the plot, and compare data on hover. The summary analysis includes brand talkable favorability and visualization charts such as the company's bar chart and word clouds. The admin can roll over or select one of the drop-down menu options that contain links to other sections of the application using the navigation bar. The navigation bar is a part of the whole application's design, meaning that it is shown on all the application pages. According to the graph here, AIA has the most positive and negative mentions, whereas Prudential has the least amount of mentions on Twitter. In comparison, over the span of 3 years, Great Eastern had a significant amount of positive sentiment. Overall, it is clear that all the insurance companies mentioned on Twitter have more mentions of positive sentiment than negative sentiment. The graphical representation in the dataset of positive sentiment text data is displayed as a word cloud. The more frequently a word is used in the dataset, the larger it will appear in the chart. Some of the most common words associated with positive sentiment are related to the insurance provider's plan. Besides, words such as bagus, good, better, and great stand out since they have been used frequently. On the other hand, the negative sentiment is primarily attributed to the insurance agent's policy and claims. In the word cloud, terms such as problem, payah, susah are prominent. The first dashboard is the AIA dashboard. On this page, the pie chart illustrates the sentiment percentage for AIA company. The green color represents positive mentions, the red color represents negative mentions, and neutral mentions are represented by yellow color. The chart shows that 72% positive sentiment constituted a large proportion of overall mentions with 34,194 mentions on Twitter. On the other hand, the negative and neutral mentions made up 28.08% of the chart with 13,322 mentions. The VTF of this company is obtained by adding the percentage of positive mentions to the percentage of neutral mentions and subtracting the negative mentions. The plotted graph here is the time series plot and stacked bar chart of AIA insurance companies' total mentions on Twitter by month. From the following plot, it can be observed that there is no consistent trend as the series appears to wander up and down over the entire month slowly. The number of positive mentions is slightly more than the negative mentions, which indicates that Twitter user often gives good feedback about the company. The graph reached its peak in February 2020 where the total number of positive mentions is 1,220. The word cloud produced represents words in AIA's company's text corpus. From the word cloud, it can be observed that most Twitter users tweet about the insurance plans offered by the company, such as Takaful, Medical Card, and AIA Public Takaful. Thus, to gain valuable insights, the insurance company will have to take a closer look at what policyholders talk about the plan's offers. The Excel file of Twitter data with label sentiment will be stored on the user's local machine when they click on Download CSV button. The dashboard designs is basically the same for Prudential and Great Eastern Company. The next functionality is the View Twitter Updates. The three insurance companies' official Twitter accounts have been embedded on the Twitter Updates page, where the user can see real-time updated tweets streaming from these accounts. In this application, there are two sentiment analyzer techniques involved. The first is the text sentiment analyzer. The user can manually input their review in Malay or English to see whether the sentence is positive, negative, or neutral by using the machine learning model built. For example, let's say I want to analyze Malay tech reviews. I entered my review and click on the Malay language in the settings label. When I click the Analyze Sentiment button, the results will be displayed. Additionally, the user may also perform basic analysis in which the sentence structure is analyzed according to the natural language processing (NLP). I actually used the code in the text pre-processing to build the machine learning model on this page. For instance, here I entered a text review and click on the basic analysis. So this is the results. It will count the number of characters of text according to the NLP task. The second technique is the Tweet Sentiment Analyzer, where tweets are retrieved in real time and sentiment analysis is conducted on the tweets, in which the tweet's colored fields will represent the sentiment of the tweet. By default, the page will load tweets about insurance. The user can also reply to the tweet or view the profile of the Twitter account. So let's say I want to search for insurance keywords using the text box. So this is the results. The user will see the sentiments of tweets represented by colored fields of the text box, with positive sentiment represented by green color, neutral sentiment represented by a yellow color, and negative sentiment represented by a red color. The user is also able to download CSV files with search tweets and labeled sentiment. To effectively assess business competitive environment, insurance companies need to monitor and evaluate the analyzed content on their sites and their competitor sites. The competitive analysis page was built to accomplish this objective, in which the user can compare the performance between companies of their choice. Firstly, the user must insert 2 or 3 any of the insurance company names, and a comparison of sentiment between those companies will be displayed. For example, I wanted to compare the performance of AIA and Great Eastern. So this is the visualization results, in which graphs and charts comparing the performance of these companies are visualized on this page. As shown here, we can see the positive, negative, and neutral mentions by months of these two companies. The last functionality of the application is View Agents Analysis page. On this page, the Twitter user profile accounts of insurance agents that actively promote the company's insurance plan has been extracted for all 3 companies and displayed on the insurance agent's performance page. Exploratory data analysis (EDA) was carried out using the reach score, which is the number of followers and following count, and popularity score, which is the retweets count and favorites count, to find accounts with the highest ranking of the overall score. On this page, the user can also visit the insurance agent's profile with the highest overall score from the company of their preference. As a conclusion, all the objectives mentioned previously have been achieved. So, I end this presentation by going to the logout page. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Till then, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.